Hustle Report with Jason Malone, presented by Clicks Media.
Now here's your host.
So I want to talk about Pinterest today as a platform to completely help you elevate your e-commerce brand. So what is Pinterest? Well, Pinterest is a image-based search engine. So think of a traditional search engine such as Google. And if you've ever gone over to the image side of it, you can put in keywords to find images based on those keywords. Well, Pinterest essentially is that on steroids because you also have the social element where you're able to see what other people are pinning while at the same time finding images and content based on the keywords that you put in. Now, those people that are on Pinterest, it's kind of like an aspirational platform whereby users on the platform are creating boards and pinning things that they aspire to acquire, create, or collaborate on in the future. And so because of this, as an e-commerce platform, it makes a lot of sense to focus on it because users are aspiring to find content that you might be putting out there, and it will help you drive more traffic to your website. Now, what makes Pinterest extremely unique from other social platforms that are out there is that it's one of those few platforms that has, the nature of driving traffic to an outside website built into how the network is set up. So other social networks such as Instagram, Facebook, they want to keep you on their platform as much as possible. But the way that Pinterest is designed, once a user clicks on your pin, they can click out directly to your website where that image is being hosted. And so this is unique because Pinterest is not trying to hoard you onto their platform. They're actually driving traffic to content that users want to engage with. Now, this is great as an e-commerce brand because you're trying to figure out how to get more traffic to the products that you are marketing. Well, the cool thing about e-commerce on Pinterest is that naturally all of your products have images. And since Pinterest is an image-based search engine, you essentially can turn your entire product catalog into pins on the platform. Now, if you do this in a creative and organized way, you can truly drive massive amounts of traffic to your website. Now, this is think through this, right? You're able to turn your entire catalog into content on the platform. Now, I use all the other social media platforms that are out there. And yes, Facebook allows for you to create product catalogs. Yes, Instagram allows for you to create product catalogs. However, there is no other platform that allows your product catalog to be your core content that you're putting onto your feed the way that Pinterest allows for you to do that. So if you have really good, clean, crisp product images, these can serve as pins on Pinterest such that you can drive traffic back to your store to hopefully drive more sales. Now, because Pinterest is what I would call an evergreen platform, there's not really a feed that is driven by a timeline or an algorithm. The pins have a very long shelf life, almost like how videos on YouTube have a very long shelf life. Pins operate in the same way. So a pin that you put up 2, 3, 4 years ago will still have engagement because of just how the Pinterest algorithm works. As long as that content is relevant to a keyword that someone's typing into the platform, those older pins can still come about. So as an e-commerce brand, as you continue to add products to your website and you turn those products into pins on Pinterest, you can continue to drive traffic for a long time, as long as those products are still on your website. Now, I love Pinterest because you can drive tons of organic traffic to your website as long as you search engine optimize your content, right? SEO in the same way that you would do SEO for, say, a Google. You can implement that same SEO on Pinterest such that you can drive tons of organic traffic to your website. But you can also run paid ads through their platform to drive targeted traffic to your website as well. So with the organic plus the paid traffic, Pinterest can serve as a massive targeted profitable traffic source for your e-commerce brand. And you can do this with physical products in addition to digital products, as long as you're able to turn your product into an image that can be marketed on the platform. Both would work. Now, what I've seen work the best on Pinterest is kind of your long vertical type images, a lot of infographics, images with text on them. Those seem to be the best. Those seem to get the highest engagement on the platform. But even still, as long as you have really clean looking images, they're not blurry, they're high resolution, those should do well on the Pinterest platform. And since the ad network is still young, I think they introduced it maybe about a year and a half ago. The platform is not saturated, so the traffic is actually relatively cheap compared to some of the other social platforms that are out there. Now, Pinterest has over 400 million monthly users, so that's a ton of people on their network that are aspiring, finding products, looking for things to engage with, looking for things that they may potentially want to purchase, and pinning those things to their boards. And the cool part about this is because the platform is social, essentially those people that pin your pins to your board, they're almost serving as additional reps, additional marketers of your brand, because as other users see your products on other people's boards, it just serves as more credibility to your product and driving more traffic back to your website. So the social elements of Pinterest are just really awesome. And I feel like the platform doesn't get enough credit as a key source of traffic and conversion for those in the e-commerce space. Now, if you have a Shopify store, even better. Pinterest and Shopify have created an integrated app to allow for you to run paid campaigns directly from the Shopify platform, and also to allow for you to turn your product catalog directly into pins as soon as you add those products to your Shopify store. So it's a very seamless integration, and they make it super easy to drive conversions from the Pinterest platform. So, if you're just getting into the e-commerce space and you're trying to figure out how to get traffic, and, Instagram and Facebook seem to be a little bit more expensive or a little cumbersome, or maybe you've been banned from those ad networks for whatever reason, because those platforms are getting more stringent on the type of ads that they let through their platform, and they've been banning a lot of accounts. So if you've had any of these issues, Pinterest is a great alternative to getting targeted traffic that will convert to your e-commerce brand. The last thing that I'll add is that they have done a great job of creating conversion pixels to make it easy for you to track activity on your website. So you can see visits, you can see add to carts, you can see purchases that came from the platform, to allow for the algorithm to optimize the ads so that you can hone and optimize your ad campaign. So, Pinterest has done a really good job, and in this space, if you're trying to figure out how to get additional traffic, how to scale your ad campaigns that you've been running on other platforms, I certainly suggest looking at Pinterest. Now, this episode was brought to you by Clicks Media, where they are focused on giving you the tools and information that you need so that you can start and scale your online business. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.